Alright, we'll see if that goes. I'm sure that will be a little bit of a lag to kind of get things started, but let me just kind of keep my eye on the stream and see. Oh, it's thinking. Okay, cool. So I do see it. That's good. Hello, everybody. I mean, there's like 2 people here. Hi, everyone. 3 people. Hello. Yeah, I'm getting started, but at least it's there. You can see the screen. Hopefully you can hear. This time I was a little better with, like, getting the link up. Because that's always been my thing, is starting streams, and I take, 10,000. I'm just reading a little bit of some of these. Yeah, I know. Mobile doesn't like copy pasting. That's one of the comments on Webtoons. That's very true. I don't think mobile likes live streams either, for YouTube. But YouTube just seems it's a lot easier for people to watch. Also, if you notice the screen getting small like this, I don't know if this is just because I only have one screen. I will explain this multiple times, so I apologize if this gets boring. But I only have one screen that I'm looking at, so if I want to check the chat at all, I have to, like, scroll out, and it is kind of bookmarked onto Photoshop, so you don't see me when I'm, like, looking at the internet. Everything is hidden except for Photoshop, which is kind of nice. But that's why, like, the screen will get small. And if I don't answer, like, questions or anything for a while, that's just because I can't see it, but I will try and switch between the two fairly often, so I can at least answer questions and stuff. I saw someone said, how am I doing today? I'm doing pretty good. It's supposed to snow in a little bit. Actually, I'm kind of curious of when it's supposed to snow. Cool beans, cool beans. Now, because you don't get notifications on Webtoons for, like, when you get comments or things, I subscribed to my stupid comic, which I feel so dumb for subscribing to my own, but I get notifications when it updates now. I'm like, I know. Yeah, I wish it, like, was smart about it and I didn't need to subscribe to kind of get better access to checking it. It'd be nice if I could, like, check comments and things, too. But other than that, Webtoons is pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm very cold. If I have to get up, I have, like, a rice pillow. Yeah, there's a snowstorm back home in Michigan, I thought it snowed a lot in Michigan. But I'm not in Michigan right now. So, oh yeah, I switched. I'm looking at the stream and I just see it get smaller. I don't know how long the lag is. I feel like it gets better, but we are supposed to get some snow here. I'm wondering when. Oh, we're getting rain and so it's too warm to snow. It'll snow later though. But it's just gonna rain. It's all rain. Winter in New York is just easy. If you're used to the Midwest, it's like so much more simple. We're getting it soon too. Yeah, it's getting there. It's a lot of snow. We're really not gonna get any snow too. I just looked at my weather app. But yeah, no, I think a lot of, I don't really know how much of the U.S. has been hit with snow today. I don't have a TV, so I don't check the weather. But yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream, which I always do these to kick off the new books. Usually I do the very first page of every book, except the first page didn't have a lot of the main characters, so I went with page 2. So I'm working on page 1 and 3 right now. It's just been a very busy week, and I've turned off all the dialogue boxes, so I just kind of have these as a marker for where the text vaguely goes, which is subject to change. But I'm just going to draw a couple, like, cleaner but still messy drawings, because these are my not my tie-downs, these are my thumbnails. So there's, like, a floating head. It's just kind of for a visual of where things are gonna go, and you get things like this weird Kermit head thing. So I'm going to draw them in a little better and get the detail in, and probably just do that today, and we can do inking tomorrow. Let's all pray that the connectivity works, because sometimes I have really good streams and sometimes everything just dies. Oh wait, just making, these are two different things. Oh, because they overlap. I'm just trying to remember how I organized all these. I obviously haven't gotten too far into drawing book 2, or book 4. What book are we on? But just because I've been busy, but I've been setting up all the files. So I have the scripts written for, I think, all 39 pages. So this is, the first update is going to be the first 4 pages. So her head is also very large for her body, so we're probably going to make her a little smaller. I'll check the chat in just a sec, because I'm sure people are still coming on in. But this is supposed to be one of those, because I always open up with like a flashback scene. I'll switch over. Hello, everybody. Woo! Australia, jeez. Very far away. What time is it in Australia right now? I'm also saying Australia very strange, so I apologize. Vancouver doesn't snow much here. Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, you're in a rainy area, Vancouver. I'm closer to, well, I mean, I used to be closer to Snowland, but because I lived around all the lakes, we got a lot of snow, but don't really get that much right now. You don't, I mean, you obviously, no one has to join the chat or join the stream forever. It's your Saturday, like, go do some stuff, but if you want to hang out, this is just like a fun thing I always like to do for every book when when I start to do the artwork, and that's cool. But yeah, this is another flashback kind of sequence, which hopefully now that Yuna has changed clothes, when she wears her schoolgirl uniform, we'll know that's like in the past. Maybe that'll be a better indicator, because I think that confused some people when I'd switch between the two. I'd have like little things like her tights weren't all ripped up in the older version, and I think people were still like, I don't get it, what are we doing right now? Which, that makes sense. So maybe now that she's got a different outfit, when we toggle between the two timelines, it'll make a little more sense. But right now she's kind of in the evacuation period. Ooh, drawing tiny eyes is hard. I'm trying to make sure I get these looking decent. So she's kind of in like a crowded area, which is also why this might take me a lot longer in this book, is because I have a lot of scenes with many people, like crowds and things. So that really adds to just the time. There's a reason why the two main characters are kind of isolated. It's a lot easier to draw 2 characters than it is to draw like a million. And I'm doing that for this book too much. There's too many characters, but it's fine. It makes sense with where the story's going. So it's just, it adds a lot more drawing. I gotta fix this woman's chin. Switch. Oh yeah. Yeah. East Standard Time. I don't know what's like a good time to get people. Oh no, y'all living in the future. Cool. Yeah, no, you guys, obviously no one has to stick around. I'm not gonna be like, oh, everyone's leaving. Like, is it, just have fun. If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. If you gotta do Saturday stuff, totally do Saturday stuff. But I enjoy doing streams sometimes. They're always a little stressful because like setting up is like goofy. But now that I'm set up, it's all good. So I'm just praying that the internet holds out, because usually it's very fine. Sometimes you just have bad luck. But I'm very excited because I finally bought Pokemon. I bought Let's Go Pikachu, and the guy at the store even was like, there's not too much to do in this game, and I was like, that's fine. Like I love Pokemon. I'm cool with it. I just want to play with Pikachu. Which is very strange that even he was like, there's not too much to do in this game. It's alright. I played like an hour of it, and I had a very good time, because I was running around with my new Pikachu. And it was great. And it's what I've wanted to do since I was, how old was I when I started watching Pokemon? Like 7, maybe? 6 or 7? it's a dream come true. And I didn't own the games until I was a little older, so I've never played Pokemon Yellow. So this is me living my Ash Ketchum dreams. And I'm fine with that. It is weird that you don't battle, though. I'm getting used to that. So yeah, this woman is huge. Well, we do have to make her smaller. She's not going to fit in this shot. Something like that, maybe? A little smaller. Yuna's also, like, they're not really to scale, but that's why tie-downs are easy, because we can, like, scale them up or down if we need to. Doesn't matter if it looks bad, because I'm going to redraw this stuff anyways. I just want to get as much detail and information as I can, so that inking is a lot easier. And tie-downs are kind of fun, I think. But there's a lot of, if you've ever watched a stream with me, there's a lot of me kind of like, oop, that looks weird, and redrawing the same thing over and over again, because I judge myself very hard on some things. So if that happens, just let me work that out. It's fine. I'll figure it out. Oh, this kid looks very short. He's just like no legs. Make him a little taller. He's supposed to be a kid, but like it's way too short. And I will check the chat in a sec too, just to check in. Let me finish drawing these guys. So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a lot of crowd stuff. I can kind of get away with this one, I think. This one, most of the crowd you're going to see in that first panel, we can kind of ignore it a little bit because there's more close-ups of the characters. We don't have to be too background heavy in this page. But the book, or not book one, page one that I was just working on not long ago was kind of busy, had a lot of people. You'll see when it comes out. I mean, I'm hoping it comes out soon. I just want to get more pages done so I have some stuff in the back burner because I thought I'd have some time to work on these. Yeah, Yuna's also very short, even to adult women. She is still very short. We can make her a little bit taller. Just got to make sure that their eyes are actually looking at each other because right now she's looking over her shoulder. Yeah. So yeah, Yuna's kind of getting yelled at by like a cranky woman. It's like the evacuation period. There's like a crowd of people. They're kind of like in the park waiting to see if they can get out of there. And Yuna's kind of dealing with a, I'd like to speak to your manager kind of mom. And she's probably trying to be as polite as she can. But there's probably it's only as much, you know, frustration as you can have before you have to say something, I guess. Oh yeah, and she also has bats in her her backpack, so we have to kind of probably do something like it'll probably go like here. I'll just use that as a marker because I don't want to completely block her head. I'm going back because I talked about Pokemon and now people are talking about Pokemon. Heck yeah. Cool, cool. Pokemon. How long does it take to do rough sketch before line art? It depends on how busy it is. It takes me a lot longer in a stream because I am switching between and I'm also talking, so my brain kind of goes in a lot of different directions. But usually if I'm like having a day to myself where I can just work on the comic, I try and get 2 pages done completely. So like tie downs, like line art, shading, all of that. So I could effectively do 2 pages a day if I have like the full day to work on it. Where'd I get inspiration for Yuna and Kawachan? From Cheetan. Really, I just kind of drew a picture because I thought like mascots holding weapons was funny. And then I don't really know, I didn't know if it was going to be like a whole story. I just kind of drew 2 characters of like a cute mascot and a girl holding bats, looking like they're going to go fight something. And I kind of wanted to write a story off of it because it was kind of a cool drawing. And that's where that came from. So it really came from Cheetan, but it just there was a lot of other things, I guess. I just kind of, maybe a little Mad Max. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a dystopian world or something. It's Pokemon. Everyone's talking about Pokemon. It's very good. Drawing backgrounds is hard. I understand hating drawing backgrounds, and mine aren't super detailed or super great, but I'm trying to get better at them. Yeah. And it's hard to draw without thinking it's horrible, because I feel like it's very easy to judge yourself while you're drawing. I definitely do it too. When I try and draw squares, they look mad that I brought them into existence. Draw a fun, cool face on them. Drawing is fun. If you can drawing is also, like, very hard because, hey, it's easy to, judge everything that you're doing, but it can be very fun. Oh, yeah, no, this pose is not very good. And the fact that she's got 2 bats in her... Effectively, it should be going across her face like this, but that's not great for the composition, so I'm trying to think of a better way to, like, maybe more upward. Yeah, it doesn't work very well. I kind of painted myself in a corner, because I also forgot, like, where are their bats supposed to be, and then had to go back and redraw them in, so that was also the thing. They weren't there originally when I was drawing these, so I had to, like, backpedal a little bit. Obviously before this stage, but I had to go back and make sure all of that was consistent. And I have to make sure I remember which side is which. The Yuna's bat is on this side, Kawachan's bat is on this side. So she's holding both of them while they're, like, in this crowd. And draw her skirt. She's also a little too short. I need to make her smaller. Let's see, is her head the same size as the lady's head? That's a good way to check size. Yeah, it kind of is. I'm still gonna make her, like, just a hair smaller. Just a hair. And that still works pretty. Yeah, that still works. I figured they're both pretty short. I mean, Yuna is short. She just is. And she does have kind of, like, a longer skirt, so that does make her look shorter. The one good thing, and I do like this old outfit, but the one thing of getting rid of the skirt is I don't have to draw that plaid design anymore. Unless it's, like, these flashbacks. But hopefully that'll make people, like, kind of know where those flashbacks are happening. I have a feeling there'll still be confusion. Yeah, and these are just shaded in. But, yeah. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try and make this woman look like she did in the other ones, because new characters are always hard to make them look kind of consistent. She's kind of like a round face. She's also looking down. She has a little bit of a double chin, too. And I'm just kind of trying to block it in, because obviously I just drew a circle, so her face is very round in the drawing. I can't go completely off of the tie-downs, or the thumbnails. I'll do kind of like this. And she is wearing a kind of trench coat sort of thing, but underneath it's like, I don't know, just a shirt that's kind of wide-necked, so it goes very flat against her chest. And she's got, like, a kid who has no lines, but he just looks, like, shocked and, like, overwhelmed pretty much in every picture he's in. I have some designs in my thumbnail doc. There he is with his little hat. And this is obviously the page that we're working off of. I just blew it up from here. This is my document that has all of them, but I will not click on any other ones because they're all secrets. I'm going back to the chat. I'm really bad at drawing monsters. That's kind of why, like, a lot of drawing this comic is to get better at things like drawing monsters. And even then, like, my monsters are kind of in a little way humanoid, so it's, I don't know, I'm not very good with, like, animal things as much. I didn't really have that phase where I drew animals a lot. I think I did in elementary school. That was kind of that. Did you guys see what she did? What did I do? Wait, what did I do? Oh my god. Okay, wait. No, there's more of the chat. Sorry, I missed a ton of this. Find it hard to focus and not getting stressed on multiple priorities. This year is going to be a lot about that. Will this live stream have spoilers? Not really. I mean, you're going to see a big chunk. You're going to see a bit of the next update, but there's really no spoilers because these are flashbacks, which is why they're like the best thing to live stream. But no, about the getting stressed and distracted. I'm easily distracted, I think. And this year in general, and I'm going to make a post about this eventually to kind of explain what's going on with this year, but I did end up getting a full-time job on a project that is starting in March. It will be going from March to October. I'm going to be working on a TV show. So it's going to take a lot of my time, and I'm definitely not going to be stopping this comic. This is not like, oh man, I'm going to be on hiatus all the time. But yeah, we'll probably be on longer hiatuses. I'll try and figure out what I'm doing with that a little bit. Did I give him a turtleneck? I think I did. Is that in? Oh yeah. This is my note page. It has like the colors in there. Panel thickness, blah, blah, blah. Some of that is not up to date. Oh yeah, he does have one. Okay, he's got a turtleneck. So yeah, I'll do an update to kind of let people know what's happening with this month. But right now, that's kind of what's stressing me out with this comic in particular, because I don't know how that's going to be. I mean, I've been able to kind of keep consistently this whole time while working on other things. Because I mean, I freelance, so I jump around a lot. And I've been pretty busy. I gotta look at his hair again. Oh yeah, and these are some early designs. I accidentally clicked on this one of the mom, but I did not go with those. She's got a different look. And, but yeah, no, it'll be interesting. It's gonna be really cool, because, again, working on... I'm also gonna be working on storyboards, so I have not... I usually just do animation, so I love doing storyboards. As you know, I write comics, so I like that kind of thing. And also, it's gonna be, like, on TV, which is pretty crazy. Obviously, can't talk about it. I don't think it's gonna be anything up anyone here's alley, but it's just very cool for me. I'm excited. I don't think it's going to translate very well for, like, the people watching, but I like it. Oh yeah, let's skinny his head up a little bit. Two round. So that's where this is going. I'm just going to try my best. I'm going to try and work on this, like, at nights when I come home. There might be times, though, when, like, my hand hurts, because I do get tendinitis. I might just need, like, a break. But I want to just make sure I can figure out a good, consistent schedule with this comic. Because I love this comic. This is, like, the passion project that I have right now. So I will keep going. And I've been able to keep it going pretty well, honestly, even though I've been busy in the past. So I'm not too concerned, but I know it's going to be it's going to be a change. Because sometimes I have, like, full, like, weeks off, and then I can, like, pump out some stuff. I'm not going to be able to do that until, you know, November. So maybe I'll take some time off in November so I can kind of work on this if I'm able to. We'll see. I like to get work when it comes, because, you know, being able to survive and live is good. I've been pretty busy, like, this past week, too, so this comic's been stressing me out this year. It might just be the whole 2019 mood. I'll switch to the chat, too, so I can check. But yeah, now that seems like it's getting better. They say motivated. I don't know, it's kind of easier when you have some people reading it right now, so that does motivate me, because, like, you guys do read it. But, Tremors is a great movie I haven't watched in a while. I don't think I've ever seen Tremors. But, no, I just like to draw. I mean, yours are... I'm, like, very off. I'm definitely off on what's going on in the chat, so if I'm confused, that's cool. How often do these streams happen? I do, like, 1 or 2 or 3... I do, like, 2 to 3 streams when the books open up. So that takes, like, maybe once every 2 months, maybe? Once every month. We're in book 4, so this would be, like, the 4th time we're doing this. But yeah, and older ones are on YouTube, too, so that's cool. Congratulations. Yay, congrats, thank you. I'm really excited about, being on the show. I can't say what the show is. I'm under oath. Sign paperwork and all that. But it's cool. Hey, cool, the boy's hair looks really good. Thank you. I'm trying very hard to, and especially because now I'm in crowd scenes, so I'm trying to make people look very different and notice, like, that they're all different looking people, because we don't really have a lot of variety, I think, with the cast that we have right now. No, I'm not saying anything about the show I'll start on, but I will say it's not really in your age group. So, you guys are probably a little too old for it. That's what I'll say. Oh, is everyone just comparing what time it is in their time zone? That's very wild. It's cool because, like, Webtoons, because I know there's some people probably from Tapas here too, but Webtoons just reaches a very wide audience, so I don't get any, like, analytics of where people are reading. Sometimes websites like YouTube will tell you, like, who's viewing your thing and where they are and what's the age group of the people reading. I have no idea. I assume it's more teens are reading this. I feel stupid saying teens. Like, hey, fellow teens. I just don't really know, like, where people are or how old people are that read this. It would be interesting to, like, see what the audience is, because I just kind of hear comments, and I gotta search for comments because you don't get notifications when you get comments, so I have to, like, look at my comic constantly like a creep just to see if anyone's posted anything. I wish they would add that to Webtoons at least. Tapas has that. Maybe not on, like, the phone, but, like, you can get notifications. Her hair looks a little too messy. She doesn't have this messy of hair, but she's kind of got, like, a little wave to it, so I just want to make her look consistent. I might make some adjustments if I'll go back to the other page that I worked on to make sure that she looks right. I'll stop with this, because she's kind of got, she's got shorter hair. But her hair doesn't look right to me. I don't know. Maybe it does. I'll have to compare. Yeah, that looks not too bad. And she's kind of got round nose like that. They kind of have the same nose, because that's mother and son. The nose is a little too low. See, sometimes I don't use this, like, this thing. It's probably good to do, but I just don't. Like, just draw an eye here. It looks about right. Yeah, no, that looks very odd. Well, we'll figure it out. Faces, you'll notice, especially with faces, I redraw them a lot, and, like, oh, that looks weird, that looks weird, that looks weird. That's just who I am. The eyes look fine. I just want to make sure the nose is low enough. He almost, like, the thing is, there's something very funny about this doodle. I want to kind of get that, like, emotion out, because his eyes are kind of crazy looking. He looks kind of, like, embarrassed. I don't know. His mom's sort of just yelling, and he's very young, I guess, so he's not really saying anything. Maybe there's something like wider eyes or something. That's kind of getting, I think, closer to what I want. I don't want him looking, like, super scared, but kind of overwhelmed. He looks horrified. I usually try not to do too small of pupils, because that's very, I don't know, cartoon. I guess everything's cartoony, but pupils don't shrink like that. So I try to make them kind of bigger and keep them a little consistent. I'm gonna make them smaller again. Okay. Yeah, that works. I feel like it doesn't look... Let me double check that his hair looks fine compared. He doesn't like, this is the thing, he doesn't have much of a chin. In this one, he's got, like, a huge chin. I wonder if I can fix that. I mean, you can fix anything. Maybe I can make his face bigger. That might be it, honestly. Let's just, like, make it just a little bigger. Yeah, okay. See, that's actually fitting a little bit more to, I think, the original drawing of him. I'm going to make his eyebrows look a little more surprised because I lowered them a little bit. They almost look angry. Yeah, okay. That's a little better. And then angry face. She's a very concerned mother. Just trying to figure out her mouth. If it makes sense. Teeth, I guess. Tongue, maybe. I'm going to lower one of these eyebrows. Make her look a little more intense. Because I like the look, but I think she needs a little more of, like, this brow wrinkle. Yeah. I might, like, fix her up. I'm going to put, like, a star next to her, so after the stream, I will fix her up. So the next stream will probably have, like, a little bit of a thing. She doesn't look the way that I remember her, but let's just keep moving on because I like drawing Yuna, and I get to draw Yuna in this one. The other thing about this book that I'm not super happy with, just because I'm gone through and done a lot more setup for the pages, but there's a lot more dialogue, and maybe not in this page, but there's so many speech bubbles, and I fit so many panels together, so sometimes the pages to me seem very crowded and crammed together, which isn't always a thing from the other books, so that might just be a thing for this book, and hopefully I can kind of learn from that, but I'm not gonna keep going because I feel like I'm just gonna extend the story like way too long. It's gonna take too long, and it's not gonna really change the way that it looks. It's just going to like stretch it out. So I think I'm just good where I'm at right now. But yeah, Yuna's my favorite to draw. I already said that. She's just fun. I feel like I've also drawn her so much that it's a little more second nature. But drawing her old costume, so she's not as weathered. The only thing that she really has is like this like chomp out of her collar. But she doesn't have the coat yet. She's got the backpack. And she doesn't really have the rips in her, like, leggings. So, and she also doesn't have any of her, like, face wounds. So she doesn't have this little, like, bruise on her cheekbone. She's still pretty unweathered. This is also her being kind of sassy, so she's got to look a little like, I don't know, unimpressed. So I want to capture how unimpressed she is. I'll also check the chat. I'll take a second. Yeah, I think the lag is also getting out of there. Cool, cool, cool. I'm jumping up to read a little more. Keep going. I missed a lot of stuff, so I'm just gonna go back. People are very nice. Thank you guys for being nice about me being stressed out. I honestly, I'm doing okay, and I think like it's gonna be fine. And people have been pretty nice about like having the breaks. I think a couple like new readers were just like, why are there so many hiatuses? But normally I can keep it pretty good. I'm never too old. Yeah, I'm not saying anything, guys. I can't talk about what I'm working on. It just means I'm going to be working for a while on something, whereas usually I work on commercials, and like the longest is like a month, and then you're job searching for another job, and then it's never too long on one project. This will be me working for quite a bit, which is very nice because if you work job to job, it's very nice to not have to job search for like a year, so I won't have to worry about that. 6th grade, cool. College, 7th grade, oof. I feel old, oof. Geometry is hard. Geometry was actually the only math that I could do that I wasn't garbage at. I'm not good with algebra. I'm a visual thinker, I guess, so if it had triangles, it was a lot easier for me to process, so I actually did pretty good with geometry, but I haven't taken a math class since high school, so I didn't need to take it in college for some reason, so I didn't, and that's, yeah. least 20% of my school know. Oh, jeez. Thank you for the publicity at your school. I'm the only one above 20. Hey, no, you're not the only one above 20. I'm also above 20. Cool. You know what's funny? I don't know. Oh, there's so many people posted, so I can't see. Y'all, what? I know 3 people. It's so funny, too, because the chat's always, like, a very different thing. Like, people just post 5 different conversations at once, so it's very chaotic to read. It's fun. Bye. We have fun across the world. He looks like the kid in the waiting room in Finding Nemo. Thank goodness. That's actually great. That's a really good assessment. I know exactly what kid you're talking about. The kid with the magazine. Which is very good. Finding Nemo's great. That one's not on Netflix, so I can't really watch it right now, but it's very good. Yeah, deafs have social anxiety. Haha. Please answer this question. Oh, wait. I don't know what the question was. This is the thing with the chat. I can't easily find it. Do you go to college? No! I graduated in 2016, or 15. Wrong year. I moved to New York in 16. That's when I started my internship and freelancing out here. But yeah, I went to college for 5 years. 2 years at community college and 1 year or 3 years. Whoa. Counting is hard. 3 years at College for Creative Studies in Detroit. So, I don't know if you've ever seen, I do like to do like this mouth. I feel like it's very stupid looking and condescending. I gotta get like the good, like, just a good smile. She's just kind of like, yep. Yeah, it's gotta be small. I mean, again, I'm going to be redrawing this, and that always makes it look a little better. Yeah, I'm gonna fix her neck a little bit. It's a little too thick. Let's do that. Like, I just kind of redrew the same thing. Yeah, okay. Just a little. Perfect, whatever. Oh yeah, and she's also got like a design on her, like, collar, and then there's like a, so, just some variation. Cool. And also, like, the heads are very big in this one, so I think we're gonna shrink these down, but I'm gonna just draw them as they are. She's kind of, don't give me that sass sort of thing. So I drew it, I think, a little more chaotic than it needs to be, but that's kind of where her ear will go, I guess. And then this page also does have Kawachan, so Kawachan does show up at the end. But I think that's why I wanted to do this page, because the first one only had Yuna at the very bottom. And I was like, that's no fun to watch. People don't care about this lady. People care about Yuna and Kawachan. Frickin' comics named after them. Oh, anyways. So yeah. Yeah, it's been a good day. I watched the Hulu documentary for the Fyre Festival last night and the Netflix one today. So that was fun. So there's way more about that than I did not know about. And it's very interesting to hear about, like, influencers, and that whole thing was just very funny when it happened. So it's interesting hearing all different sides of it. But, like, I was excited for that documentary when people were talking about it. My friend and I got food last night. It, like, specifically went over to watch the Fyre Festival documentary. I don't usually do that with documentaries. It's just the Fyre Festival is very funny. Ooh, yes. I like drawing her hair, but it's a little too spiky. And I'll fix that in the other thing. I think we just want to get the flow. That's the other thing, is I need to stop, like, perfectioning it in this stage, because it doesn't need that. Also, her head's a little too big, so I'm just gonna shrink it down a little bit and still get that, like, bell shape. Nose. Yeah, I can still use the other drawing as a guide, even if it's not super on model. I can, like, kind of get the shape and everything. But I think, like, where her eye placement is might change that. She's got such a big jaw now. Yeah, her face is very long right now, so I'm gonna maybe trim up her chin. Yeah, something's off. I don't really know what it is. I think her face needs to be a little bit smaller. Just a teeny bit. Ooh, fix that eye, get all of it in there, and then shrink it down a little bit. Yes, okay. Let's just draw, I'm going to draw the other lady in there so I can kind of get, like, the placement. I think once we have, like, a thing that she's looking at, that'll work. And also, I want to make her a little bit smaller. Also, what I could do, see, this is why tie-downs are fun. You can just kind of throw things around, make things smaller, kind of put her on a tilt a little more. Maybe that's what we need. I'll just start it off there. And then draw this lady's profile, and I'll check the chat in a sec, but let me get this one done, I think, and then I'll join the chat again. Oh goodness, where's your nose? So her nose would probably be there. That's a little too pointy, I think, than how I drew her nose. She's kind of got like a gentle slope. She's yelling. So her jaw's going to be a little more open than how I drew it. This is just kind of a good base. I would probably go there. Teeth, tongue, inside mouth. Okay. Brow. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then, yeah, open the jaw just a little bit. So fix the eye so it's not just a Tintin eye. Although that's it. I love that look. It's just not this look. Yeah, because they're definitely not, I don't think they're looking at each other. Like, she's looking at her mouth. So we need to kind of fix these guys a little bit. Either by tilting her. Yeah. And also make sure that her head size is about the same, because that's a good indicator. And I think I just want to make both of them smaller. It's that, like, I like to draw things pretty big, and you don't always need them. Sometimes it's good to pull back, you know. Hair is a little too fluffy. I think I just want to make her hair fluffy, and that's not how I drew her first, so I just need to... She kind of has, like, a little bit of a wave, and no one has clean hair, because this is, like, the first couple days of, you know, the apocalypse sort of thing. So people aren't, like, clean. They're not wearing makeup. Their hair's a little more disjointed and stuff. Yeah, I think her face is going to look a lot better. She's looking that way. I'm going to just erase her pupils. Redraw. Something like that, maybe? They still don't look like they're looking at each other. Yeah, okay. That's all I needed. Easy enough. And I'm going to just kind of draw her neck. And I think that'll be good. I'll just check the chat now. Cool. That's good enough, I think, for now, for a placement. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to make her a little smaller before I switch over. So. Actually, it would make sense for Yuna to look down a little bit, I think, because she'd be... I think you would focus on, like, the mouth, because that's what's coming at you and yelling at you. I don't know. I'm going to make her look down a little bit. Yeah, that's probably exactly what it was before. I like it, though. All right, I'm going to... Oops, wrong window. Switch over. I'm going to go back up a little bit so I can just see stuff. See stuff. Okay, seen those ones. Weight Room, Finding Nemo Kid. Love it. Readers are older than I thought. Yeah, I wonder if they are. I never know. And I think there's also, like... There's I don't know. Will Kawachan get a face reveal? I won't go into that. I feel like right now it's, you know, it is what it is with Kawachan. Also, and I guess I'll say this. I feel like it would be weird for Kawachan to suddenly take off the mask and be a different person. Because it's Yuna and Kawachan. So, that doesn't mean, like, never. But I think for the majority of the story, it just, for me, makes sense that it's Kawachan. And not, like, you know, this dude in the suit. I feel like once the suit comes off, then it's not really Yuna and Kawachan. It's Yuna and this person. So, hey, Vsauce Michael here. Kawachan is not PewDiePie. Serves a lot of story build to have a face reveal. You know what? And also, here's the thing. This story was only a one-shot. So, it really wasn't important to me at the beginning. So, I didn't really think that people were going to put so much, like, I don't know, build up on Kawachan's face reveal. So, I guess I should have known that because it is a character in a mask, so everybody wants to know that. Also, I just saw Tic Tac, so if you hear me clinking, I'm taking a Tic Tac. There. Candy cane flavored. Heck yeah. Okay. I just turned my head on my desk and was like, ooh, Tic Tacs. So yeah. It definitely will be a while. It doesn't mean never, but I feel like it doesn't make sense for there to be a face reveal. Just because that's just not the thing. And now that I'm looking at Yuna's face, I need to fix it. I'm gonna keep going down it, sorry. Is Kawachan a furry? I mean, I don't know if I would consider Kawachan a furry. If that's what people identify Kawachan as, and that's like, you know, I'm a furry, and I like that. I mean, that's cool. I think mascots and furries are very different things. So I don't know if that would technically be a furry by definition. But, you know, people can put that if that's what they feel like it. I've got nothing really against Kawachan being a furry in the eyes of some people. I wouldn't call Kawachan a furry, but maybe the author will do it. No! That wouldn't make sense anymore since she got checked out. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff with that, but I'm glad people are excited. I mean, the fact that people are excited to find out who Kawachan is very cool. I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. I'm just fixing my position a little bit, sitting on my foot. My feet are cold. I don't think she saw the Vsauce Kawachan comment. Oh, I did. I totally did. I just didn't check it in a while. What would you do if there was a face reveal? Blah, blah, blah. What page am I inking? This is page 2 of book 4. Because page 1 didn't have really main characters in it, so... No, Kawachan is not PewDiePie. Suit's legs are filled with spaghetti. My favorite theory is that Kawachan is just a black void inside a costume. Or someone said it was filled with bunnies. Like, absolutely. It's just a pile of rabbits piloting a suit like Neon Genesis. What about Genichiro? Okay, wait. Oh yeah, people were just thinking of the name. Do YouTubers have legs, though? I mean, I've seen some YouTubers with legs, I guess. I mean, never in person, but just on videos. I don't even like PewDiePie, so it's all good. It's okay. It's right now it's so vague that, like, a lot of people can have just different ideas of who Kawachan is. But, I know that's, like, an annoying answer, but I just don't know if, like, a face reveal would be good for the story. It just wouldn't be the same dynamic. Yeah, I don't like this face. I'm fixing it. Da-da-da-da. I think it's also, like, the chin needs to get pushed over. Because I think it's just the mouth. I kind of like that side mouth. I probably won't in 10 minutes, but I'm going to keep going. Knowing me. Drawing the lady again. See, this is what I mean. Like, the speech bubbles are so big, the characters are very small, and there's just a lot of conversations in this book. Because I feel like books 4 through 6 are kind of and its own arc. So there's kind of a lot of build up for the next 2 books in this one. We're gonna meet more characters, sort of thing, and it's. I feel like a lot of exposition is hard to write without being very wordy, and I like to reveal information visually and not like long ago. Like everyone just like coming up with like long-winded monologues. So I'm trying to like come up with ways to explain things so it's not clunky. And it might be hard with this book, but I mean, it's all an experiment in storytelling, so usually don't draw people with their eyes closed too, because people don't usually do that, but I like this look of kind of, And again, we don't have any of the dialogue, so you're not really getting like what's happening too much other than like the visual content or contact. Her face is also a little bit off, like head shape, I mean. Yeah. Bring her face in a little bit more. Because I think just her, because she's not a character I draw a lot, she's a character that kind of just got her design fully down, because I mean, this is what she was possibly going to look like. She is a little harder for me to get on model, so I will check up with her when I'm done with the stream, but that would include me opening up the other pages, and I don't want to, go into too much. I want to make sure the kid's head is kind of consistent. He looks like he looks like she's holding an infant right here. He's so small. Yeah, I'll fix her up. She'll be better for tomorrow's stream, because it's good. I'll get these streams out of the way, and hopefully I'll get these done, especially the first update is always the shortest. I always have like a kind of prologue, and then the rest are like, because I guess these are done by like full-on comic pages, and I break them up into about 5 parts. So the first update is always like 3 to 5 pages, and then the rest are, I'll even look, I have like a list, like 10 pages for the rest of them. So you get like way longer updates after the first one. So this one will be done fairly quickly. I just want to get more updates done so I'm not waiting in between pages as much. I like this kid. He's like a child actor that they just didn't give lines to because he just wasn't good. So he's kind of a prop. They're just wheeling him around the scene. That's kind of how I see him. He looks so bug-eyed too. I'll fix like the placement a little bit. Just has nothing to say. He's just here for, he's just fun. It's a fun kid. He doesn't, like, these characters don't have names because they're just, like, here. This kid has, like, no lines. But he's, like, what, 7 or something like that, so. His ear is a little too high up, so I'm gonna lower that. Boom. He's very small, so I'm gonna make him a little bigger. He's a kid, so he's still gonna be small, but he's very small compared to his mom. So. Okay. Yeah. That works. I'll fix her mouth. Again, I'm gonna probably add some more stuff. She's got kind of some lines there. And then her cheek kind of goes very far out, so I'm gonna get that a little shorter. Yeah, okay. I'll do Yuna, and then I'll join the chat again, just to chit-chat. It's not even a joke. I don't know why I laughed like that. Yeah. Yuna's got a very rounded face, and she's made to look cute and small on purpose, because she's a tough kid, tough teen girl, I guess. But she looks a lot younger because, I don't know. I feel like that's also a thing in like Japanese horror, is animated, or at least like manga and anime, is there's always like the girl character looks super young and very cute and scared of everything, or she's like crazy, like secretly like just a murderer or something. So Yuna's kind of designed in that idea, but she's like supposed to be a stronger character. She's obviously got her, you know, anxieties and things, but she's just cute and small. They're both supposed to be cute. That's a part of the look. Did I add? Actually, wait. Did I add her bats? I did not. Let me do that real fast. Before I forget. So this side is the. This is going to be the nail side. I have to remember which side is which, so I don't accidentally switch it, and that'll be a fun, you know, thing everyone will point out. Like, you messed this up. Like, oh shoot, you're right. Cool. And then the other one is on the other side. I'll just put like a little bit over her head. Okay. And then, yeah. They also probably change length a bunch. You know, whatever. I'm doing my best. Yeah. So that'll be like cut off. Okay, that looks good. I'll add the rest of the things later. Let me just make sure. I'll do that. So I remember that's the nail side. Cool, cool, cool. Let's finish her up. So yeah. Having an argument. We'll see. Eyes would go about there. I feel like your face would be downturned a little bit. I'm gonna do like the face lines, these things. Maybe not. I don't know. Oof. Yeah, okay. That's it just the brow line is like where it's furthest. That's kind of where your eyebrow would be. They were just too high up, I think. It just was looking odd. And also she's got this like, I don't know, big old nose. Faces are hard sometimes. Plus I want to get like that look that she has. She's kind of got like the downturned lid a little bit. No, I don't like it. Let me see. Her eyes. I want her brow to be. I mean, she's angry. The lady just said something that made her mad. Now she just looks tired. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, I think we're getting closer. I think I'm going to move this eye back a little bit, like towards her hairline. Do like this. Just nudge it back. And I think also just make the whole face slightly bigger is probably what it needs. She does have kind of like big eyes, big face. Kind of adds to looking cute. I mean, we like things with big eyes. And also her hairline's probably very high up, so I'm going to lower her bangs too. She doesn't have the biggest forehead. Okay, yeah, no, this is this is getting a little bit better, a little bit closer to what I want. I'm gonna move this hair in. I think that's what it is I started drawing the hair very poofy, much bigger than the face was, because, you know, why draw like the full skull? I'm just going fast. There's definitely a lot with this that's like, it's made to kind of look, to be drawn quickly. I mean, I don't know why I'm perfecting that. It's going to be fixed in line arts. But yeah, no, that's a lot better. I will join the chat in just a sec. Let me just fix her shoulders. And then we just have a couple more to draw. And then I'm just going to quickly do, I don't know how many backgrounds are in this one. Oh yeah, there's really just a background in this first one. And then I think I'm going to kind of omit it from the other ones because they'll be just too busy. We kind of have more establishing shots in the first page. So we know that there's a crowd, and we'll have more in the next couple pages as they leave the crowd. But it's just, I think, because I like to bookend the books with, like, hello, Carhorn. Like a flashback that kind of ties into what's happening currently, like why they're friends, like maybe this thing happened while they were, you know, together in the early days and that's why they trust each other kind of thing. And then the, you know, the book is about trust or something. So they kind of have to do with a little bit of what's going on. So we just met Kaito and the group that Itsumi's cousin is in. So that's kind of where we're going with book 2 a little bit. So we're going to meet more people. And this is kind of the early days when they had more people around, switching to see kind of like what, like how people took Kawachan and like probably wasn't too happy with a big goofy monster character walking around while everyone's very serious and trying to get out of Japan. I'm going to go back up and read a couple more of these. I found where I was at before. Doesn't have legs, doesn't have legs. That's where we go. Doesn't. How can you stand fan art? Oh, I have Instagram. And I think I also saw people asking if I would do like a face reveal. My Instagram is actually written at the bottom of most updates, but it's lschmidt92. No capitals. I don't post a lot of selfies, but there's a couple pictures of me on there, so like you can definitely see what I look like. That's why I've never really bothered to answer that question, because it's on there. But for fan art, the ones that I've been able to find, people have put on Instagram and just tagged it with like Yuna and Kawachan, because I like follow that tag, so that's usually how I find it. If it's through like a tag that I can easily search, or if you know, tag me in the drawing, that's another way I can easily see it. I don't know. I've really only just seen it through Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, I don't know. I don't really know a good way other than that. Sorry, I'm going back up there. Do you have legs? I do have legs. I danced for 20 years. So, yes. Kawachan is a hive mind. Absolutely. Is a suit of ants. I like a suit of bunnies better, but absolutely. Just ants just packed in there. The reader's Kawachan. Yes, it's a self-insert. You can go on the journey with Yuna. That's it's like the theory with Link in Legend of Zelda, where it's just a blank slate character. So you can like put yourself in like Kawachan's shoes or Link's shoes or Bella's shoes in Twilight. It's perfect. Kawachan is actually a 6-year-old girl. Would have to be a very tall 6-year-old girl. Yeah, Kawachan is a sensitive character. Very shy. But Yuna's very like empathetic and understanding, so she's very good at like dealing with Kawachan and kind of their limitations. Immortal Weakling. No, is it a comic? I can see. This kid is me in life. Just this blank slate kid. It's on Webtoon. Oh, wait, I'm gonna just remember that. What was it? Immortal Weakling. I'll remember that. I'll look that up later. It's pretty funny. I'll try it out. Tomy. I do like Tomy. Tomy's pretty good. Very spooky, though. I don't know if... What if Kawachan is Tomy? I hope not. Tomy's a bit too chaotic to be Kawachan. But Tomy's fun. She's very scary. I'm eating crab meat. Good for you. Oh, waiting for comics to update. Yeah, I'll try to get this one out too, so you can at least get this one eventually. But hopefully, whatever comics you're waiting for update soon. I don't follow a ton, but I do follow Scoob and Shag, and that updated yesterday, so I was very happy. To her peanut butter. The consciousness of a scared teen. I like that, actually. Ooh, people got soda. Actually, I have some soda in the fridge that I might open up. Wait, what is this? Made a Kawachan outfit. I would be very excited if someone made the costume, but I think that's a bit hard to do, so that's not really something I would see. Do your eyes hurt from working in comics for a long time? Probably. I wear glasses. Oh no! Is the stream goofing? Okay, I saw the wheel. My eyes are probably strained. I'm nearsighted. I work on computers like all the time anyways. Like even if I'm not working on this and working on other things, like I work in animation, you work digitally pretty much. Not that I've noticed, but yeah, no, I definitely need to get better at looking away from the screen. Yeah, no, I can't. Fursuits are very expensive, and that stresses me out because it's just a lot of money for that kind of thing, and that's cool if you can do that, but I would be so stressed out for spending that much money on something like that. I have other things that I need to pay off, like student loans and things. Can't imagine that amount of money going into something like that. But I know cosplayers do like a ton of money into costumes and supplies, and it's so cool if you can do it. But I just can't. I can't do anything like that. There were no space in this tiny room. What I miss? Not much. I'll scroll out if you want to just see while I'm like talking. There we go. At least like that's where we are in the timeline. I'm just reading the rest of these. Sorry guys. Should make plushies. I've looked into making plushies. People kind of asked about this. I've looked into plushies. I've looked into enamel pins. The amount of money that goes into commissioning the thing, just to commission someone to make like the prototype, and then you have to order like, I was trying to look at different companies, but some of them were like you have to order 1,000 stuffed animals in one go. You can't just order like 50. You have to get like a net worth or something, and it's super expensive. I don't know if I'd be able to sell 1,000 of them, to be honest. I mean, I think people would be excited, but I don't really know if 1,000 would sell. I would have to do all the shipping myself, which is also difficult. And it would just be a lot of money for possibly being stuck with a lot of stuffed animals. And I just don't know if I can do that right now. Or even pins. Pins would be hard too, but that would be a lot less weight and mass that I would have to store somewhere. But if I do something first, it would probably be enamel pins, because one, I love enamel pins, and I think that would be really fun to make one. The plush is easier since it's one with color. I think Kawachan would be a really good idea to make a plush, and I've definitely researched this. If I'm gonna print it into a novel, possibly. I mean, I definitely don't have plans for it right now, because again, also printing printing books also costs a lot of money, because you have to buy a bunch of them and then you have to store them and send them out yourself, unless you have like a company publishing it. So I would probably have to self-publish unless I was able to get a company to do it. And the problem with that would be I would probably have to take it offline. So right now I like it being free for people to read, because that's what happened with Nimona, which was a webcomic that Nicole Silverson, I believe, did. She works on She-Ra now, but that used to be online, and then that went into print, and now Nimona's being made into a film, so there's no way that you can read the comic online. I right now would not like to take this comic offline because it's a free comic right now. If I have to print it, it might be something that I have to do on my own, so I don't have the copyright problems where I'd have to remove it. But then I would also have to buy a bunch of books. But I do have, obviously, like you can see, I work in the comic format. So printing wouldn't be that far out of the kind of wheelhouse. I'd definitely be able to do it. Ghostwife. I've heard of Ghostwife. I haven't watched it. If Kawachan was telling me it would be terrifying, it would absolutely be terrifying. The egg from Instagram, like the anonymous egg. Scoob and Shag is really great. It keeps goofing off. Sorry. Yeah, I do use Flux on my computer, and I use like whatever night vision, whatever on like my phone. At a certain time, it gets like that warm color. My sister uses special glasses for eye strain, so I don't really know too much about if my eyes are that bad. I feel like they're not so bad. Do a Kickstarter. I could do a Kickstarter. Right now I'm just busy. I'm busy with other things. So, I would really like to do that because it sounds like people are interested in that. That would be really cool. I'd buy them all. I mean, they're probably very comfortable. I drew myself in a pile of them. Can you make a Discord so you can talk to fans? I'm not gonna make a Discord. It just would be something else that I would have to run. People are allowed to make one though if they want to make like an unofficial Discord. I think someone else in another stream talked about that and like, are we gonna make a Discord? I just think that like running a big social media thing might be a little too much for me right now, just because I'm doing other, like, this comic is not all that I work on, obviously. It is my main personal project, but I work in other things, and I don't think I'd have time to manage like social media stuff. Also, her face doesn't really work. I'm gonna redraw her head a little bit. I forget, she doesn't have like this big round face. I'm drawing like Yuna's head, and that's not who this woman is. But she's looking down. And this is where Kawachan is walking up behind her. So, awkward, I guess. I guess, like, if anything, you get context clues, but you don't get the script while we're talking about this page. My hope is that I can get these out soon, but I thought that I was going to have more time during this month or like this next couple months to work on this, and then I just kind of kept ending up with more work, freelance work, I mean. So I've been working from home, but haven't been able to like draw as much, which is sad. Like my own stuff, obviously. I'm drawing because I'm, animating. I'm doing cleanup animation right now, which is a lot of tracing other people's drawings to make them look clean and colored and beautiful. Makes my hand hurt. I don't know if you heard, I accidentally just cracked my wrist a second ago. It was a tick sound. So I gotta rest it sometimes. My fragile wrists. I don't know if I kind of like this idea of this face. I feel like she's, sometimes like these really fast drawings have like a lot of good emotion, and then I lose it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this look, kind of where the eyes are. I'm gonna see if this will work. Like, she just has like a very nasty look, and that's kind of, I like how mean she looks. I don't know if she's like a mean person, but she's definitely like an angry person at this point, so she's kind of causing drama for no reason. She's just got a lot on her chest. Everyone's stressed out. It's the apocalypse. Yeah, I like this like weird open mouth. Probably, yeah. Yeah. Ear probably around there. And then her. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna probably redraw a little bit of her head for a lot of these drawings, but just to keep her consistent, because I have really good drawings of her in page 1, and I just want to make sure that they all look the same, because, that's important. Continuity is important. But so far so good, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna probably get the first 3, probably 4 pages done, which is pretty much the first update, but I'm gonna try and get more pages done before I release them, I think. So that I can kind of have more of a consistent update schedule when it starts, is my hope. But yeah. It's very exciting. This year's gonna be fun. It's just gonna be a challenge, but I think that's also good, and it supports me to be able to work on stuff like this when I can. Yeah, no, that doesn't look too bad for her. She looks She looks like she's supposed to look, but now I have to figure out how big, and I'm gonna not draw Kawachan in just yet, because I think once I draw all of them together, and I love Yuna in this bottom corner, I'm gonna draw all of them together so I can make sure I can figure out how tall Kawachan is compared to her, because I feel like this is a very good one. So I would say like Kawachan's bottom of the head might be about, oh, whoa, if you hit Z, you accidentally get into the zoom button. So accidentally hit Z while I was trying to hit Command Z. And, but I also don't want too much of the costume to show. I just want it to be like a hint of Kawachan showing up. Because I'm not good with making Kawachan's size consistent. I'm sure you can notice, like, sometimes Kawachan is huge, and sometimes Kawachan is, like, more manageable looking. Also, this is more downturned, so Kawachan will be a little taller, probably. And this will be nice because I don't have to draw the same thing. I can just kind of, once I ink this, just copy and paste Kawachan over to this side. Maybe. Is that working? I'll join the chat in a sec too, just to keep that consistent. Also, it's good for me to check just in case like the stream goes out and I'm not just talking to myself for a long time. It's not the best face, but for now I'm just gonna call it. Yeah, I like the idea that Kawachan would be big, kind of slightly foreboding. That's kind of the whole jam of Kawachan right now. Yeah, that's probably good. Scoot over a little bit. Yeah, I'm just kind of sticking my own hand on the side so I can see. Yeah, because I mean everything off the side will be erased. I'll check the chat in a sec. Cool, cool, cool. I saw something about a Shiba and a cowboy hat, and that made me very happy, but I'm going up a little longer so I can see everything. Weird flex, but okay. I don't know what the weird flex was. Literally a giant who was sent from another dimension. Glasses buddies. Yep, had glasses for a while. Kawachan is Shag from Scoob and Shag. Not far from it, I'm sure. It's a Shiba with a cowboy hat. Absolutely. I just designed a head for the plush. Yeah, like, definitely the costume is made to kind of be like a real, like, dimensional thing. So I think making a plushie wouldn't be too far off. It just would be the logistics of me sending them out, having to store them, having to pay for them because they are very expensive. The fam needs coffee. Absolutely. I hope everyone gets good coffee. Unless it's night time, then you should have decaf because too much caffeine's bad for you guys at night. Do it. Bye now. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, managing Discords are, I mean, it might be fun if people wanted to set it up. I know that there's also things like, I don't know if this would be a problem with, like, fans on here, but I definitely hear stories of, like, people getting into fights. I don't really want to be in charge of people, like, having issues with each other and having to, like, manage people. So I'm cool with staying out of something like that. You can toggle through different streams if that's what's going on. You don't have to stay here the whole time. Thank you for enjoying the comic. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you guys for being my, like, welcome party. The comic's called Melancholy. I feel like I might have heard of that one too. Remember to do your taxes. I know, I'll do them. I have to wait a little bit for my statements to come in. How long the live stream will be, I don't know. It's already been an hour. I try and do 2 hours at the most because I can't stay focused that long. And we're almost done with the line art, or at least the tie downs. So, yeah. That's true. If it's a big crowd of people. That's why I say, like, I don't think it would be a problem with this group, honestly. But I know the internet's also a chaotic place, so I can't predict that. So I'm just gonna stay out of it. But I'm cool with people starting one if they want to. At least, like, even if you wanted to talk about, like, webtoons with each other. People like webtoons. I don't know if there's Discord in Webtoons. I really don't know much about Webtoons, to be honest. This website still kind of confuses me because people will start talking about something and I didn't know what like featured was when I first joined because I only joined because of just pasting a second Kawachan so I can get like a visual. Yeah, I only joined because there was the contest happening at the time this past year. And I was like, oh, perfect. I'm working on a comic right now. Why not enter that? So some like stuff with I didn't know what Discover was. Now I know what that means. I didn't know what featured was really. Or the difference. I couldn't tell what was featured and discovered. Now I know it's like if you have the beautiful full banner, you are featured. If you just have the icon, like with the red background or something, merge down. Okay, just making sure all of these are on the same layer. Perfect. Okay, yeah, we'll be probably done in a little bit pretty soon. I'm just gonna finish off these last two and then draw the crowd in the first shot, and that'll be it pretty much. Also, you can tell that I work in animation because I'm calling panel shots. So, shot 1 will be the crowd shot. Yeah, so her kind of cool jackets. I like her collar. And I like doing this kind of reaction. I feel like this is very cute, so I do it a lot in a lot of these. Oh yeah, let me erase, get Kawachan out of there a little bit so we can add her, like her ear and stuff. Just want to make them kind of consistent. She's also shorter, and I might zip her up a little bit. Just a teeny bit so that she kind of matches this one. Yeah, it's actually pretty good for like head size. I'll move over her reaction shot, the thing. Oh, whoops. No, eraser. Sometimes it doesn't know which side the pen is facing. Kind of fluffy hair. Especially around like her temples. She's kind of got like more there. But, there we go. Kind of figure out. Let's figure out her eyes. Hang on. Or I like to do nose first. I feel like once you figure out where the nose goes, the eyes are pretty easy. Brow and nose, because that's kind of where like the face shape works. Yeah, zoom in, get some of these eyes in there. Yeah, she probably was just saying something about Kawachan, and what an awkward thing. Oops, I'll do a little one of those. How awkward. Turns out that person you were talking about is right behind you. So, I'll just do that. And she's got like 3 stripes across, too. Yeah, that seems right. And then we'll figure out this just kind of sizing. I'll just kind of draw some head shapes in. Yuna would probably be a little taller than how I drew her first. Yuna to me is like shoulder level of Kawachan. So if I can kind of get her about to Kawachan's shoulder. And she's not smug, but just kind of. And her arms look like they're too far out. Let's figure out her torso first. She's also got a very short torso, so like her skirt starts very high up. I mean, it's high-waisted anyways, but like she just has a short torso. That's kind of to make her look more short, more stubby looking. There we go. Cool. Yeah, really making a mess of this arm. So let's figure out. The sleeve would probably go up to here. And she's also wearing a backpack, so like her back like this kid. Let's make him a little bit taller. He's 7. Like 7-year-olds are short, but they're not that short, I don't think, unless you're just. I guess boys might be shorter at age 7 than some girls, possibly. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been 7 years old. But trying to make sure head shapes are, or not head shapes, but head sizes are somewhat consistent. How embarrassing. Also, yeah, trying to get her, let's try and not worry about her collar, because that's what I was just like trying to figure out was her collar, and I should figure out where her like shoulders go first. She's got her hands on her son's shoulders. She's a very protective mom. Kid is also looking up. I also like the idea that like during these evacuation periods, a lot of people are probably not super happy with Kawachan walking around in the costume, but I like the idea that kids really like it, because I mean, there's kids here too, which is, you know, sad. I think there's a different panel in a different page where Kawachan's waving at a kid, and I just kind of like that Kawachan's just like a nice person and would wave at kids if needed, because everyone's having a rough time, and kids probably love seeing like your town mascots. Oh yeah, maybe like something like that. She's turning her head, so I think she would like kind of run into that collar a little bit. Maybe I feel like her shoulder would also be more tucked in, because she's kind of like protective a little bit. So let's scoot this over. Kind of, yeah, maybe just the shoulder. I'm moving like her whole body, but I think like that should stay where it is. I like where that is, but the arm should move up a little bit. And I'll put like the rotator up at her shoulder so I can kind of turn it from the shoulder. Maybe turn it a little bit more and move it slightly back. Something like that. Yeah. That's actually, I think, a better position. Still a little cramped. Let's go back to the brush tool. But I think, because I think her forearm needs to be a little lower where her hand kind of is. There's just like wrinkles here. This has been redrawn a little bit. It's a little awkward. But we are almost done with the character tie downs, and then I'll do some quick background stuff. The kid's kind of got fluffier hair too, so just draw his hair around. And I think his kind of face map is a little too over, so I'm gonna add his eyebrows. Oop, fix that nose a little bit. Also his chin. Remember, because he doesn't really have much of a chin in the drawing that I kind of made him in, like over here. This is his design that I did in the kind of margin of my thumbnail thing, project work file. He's got a very round, kind of weak jaw. He's a kid. So he's excited. Or at least he's a little more intrigued. This is about as much emotion as we've seen from this kid. He doesn't really do much. Yeah, and I'm gonna slightly move her down, I think, to kind of match her arm with the sleeve. Something like that. Cool. And I will join the chat in just a second. We're almost done with this. And drawing Yuna and Kawachan is a lot easier than drawing these characters, so I like to get them kind of out of the way. So she's, I guess, not happy that she was snuck up on, I guess. I don't really think Kawachan is sneaking up on her. Kawachan's just very quiet, obviously. And I'll fix her again, but Yuna's not looking at Kawachan, she's looking at the lady. And her nose, her mouth, oh yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna draw her collar. So yeah, this is flashback Yuna. She doesn't have this on her face yet. There'll probably be a different flashback one that goes into how she hurt her cheek. At least it's not a big injury, but I feel like it's one of those things that she's always had that scar on her face. Not really a scar, but just like the scab or whatever it is. And that's the thing, is time is passing, so I'm wondering how long I'm gonna keep it before it like heals off her face. So we'll see. Her head seems a little big, so I'm gonna shrink it down, but I like the rest of her body, and I think I just heard like someone's bike tires just screeching. I like the head, I like the body, I just think the head needs to fit a little bit more. Cool. And very quickly, we'll put in Kawachan, and I'll go check the chat. Kawachan profile, and I'm going to draw a little bit over. It doesn't matter, because I'll know that this is just kind of to help me get the shape down. Kawachan's kind of like a round shape that's been pushed down a little bit, so it's a little wider on the very bottom. But there's like a not sculpted, but like a 3D nose. I kind of looked at Cheetan a little bit. That costume obviously was a big inspiration. More just because of the mobility things with that costume. Cheetan can move very easily, and I do want to, like, I guess talk about that. I wasn't meant to be like a ripoff of that costume, but Cheetan actually has like an inner part of the mouth, which is very interesting. Like the tongue is like 3D and the mouth kind of goes inside the costume a little bit. I kind of like that. I wonder if the eyes are too small, but I do like how it looks. Just interesting. Sometimes profile is odd with Kawachan, but I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good. And I have to remember, I'm just going to erase that a little bit so I know that the highlights in there. Okay, and then because it's the flashback, Kawachan's bow isn't messed up. So the bow is still intact. That's a very tall bow, so I'm going to shorten it a little bit. But maybe I can just, oh no, I forgot. There's like new things in Photoshop. You have to like, I don't know. They changed how scaling is. You used to have to hit shift for it to like shift. Like, I don't know how to describe it without it getting all warped looking, and now if you want it to kind of warp more, you have to hit shift. So they made it opposite. That's what I'm trying to say. So yes, I'm gonna turn that off. I mean, that's pretty much the page, but I just want to add some background stuff to this one, and I think the rest are fine on their own. So I'm gonna quickly switch over. I'm gonna look at the chat because it's been a while. I've been kind of sitting and drawing a little bit. I'll go up, answer questions, and then I will do the last bit, and I will probably be done. That's usually what I'd like to do, like a hour and a half to 2 hour thing. It's already been an hour and a half, but bye everybody who have already left. Managing and discard. Don't forget to like the video. Yeah, you don't have to like the video. I know it's like a YouTuber thing. I don't get money from any of these. I don't monetize my YouTube stuff. I've been looking at people who do like art YouTube channels. Angry Monsters. Oh, I used to like Angry Monsters. No, wait, I'm thinking Angry Beavers and Real Monsters. Okay, I just I switched two things together. The other stream will be tomorrow. I'm gonna do one at the exact same time, 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm like accidentally doubling back on some of these. And you see the end of A Good Day to Be a Dog. How long do I think the comic will be? I think, because we're in like the second act. I don't know if it's an act, but the second act is like, the first 3 chapters were their relationship, kind of thing. And the next 3 are going to be about where the monsters came from. And then I think the last 3 or 4 is going to be until the end. So I think 10 chapters. not 10 chapters, I mean 10 books, and each book has like about 5 chapters in each, if not more. So that's where I think it will go, unless something terrible happens and I need to keep going with it. Like, oh man, I came up with a crazy idea. There probably is an unofficial Webtoons Discord server full of kids. Yeah, I don't know. I don't mess with Discord. The only time I've ever used Discord was through I had like a small D&D campaign with some friends. So it was very small and tiny. I can't imagine like a Discord with more people than that. Does Discord have an age entrance? Yeah, probably. I only did it for a D&D thing, and I don't use it anymore because we kind of just all got busy and stopped doing it. So it's been a while since I've even used Discord. Learning every day. Hi. Yeah, the streams are definitely small, and that's fine, but it's just a fun thing to do, I think, like, to talk to fans, I guess. What if Kawachan is a monster but actually good? A lot of people have said that one, at least that theory. That seems to be, like, the popular one. Obviously, I will not say either way for either thing about Kawachan. I said it earlier in the stream, but my theory or thought is if there is a reveal for Kawachan, it would kind of ruin the fact that the story is Yuna and Kawachan. So, doesn't mean never a reveal. Just means I just don't see it being... There's a lot of also emergency vehicles. I don't see it being a good thing for the story for there to be a reveal now. Hello! They're like a street away, but it's still very loud. And they're going past. How could you... Must stay loyal to the stream. No one has to stay loyal to the stream. I do not have 2 monitors because I just work off a laptop, and my tablet is not a screen tablet. It's a Wacom, but it's not a Cintiq, which is the ones that have a screen. I would like to do that, but I know that they don't work with laptops super well. So if I did upgrade to a Cintiq tablet, I would have to buy like fancy adapters so that my laptop can handle it. So someday I will have 2 screens, but I at the moment do not. Why is the color palette full of pinks? Because it's supposed to be very cute, and pink is very cute. So that kind of joined it. Wait, why do I have 2 of these layers? Oh, okay. I'm going to merge these 2. I like the idea that pink is very cute. Also, it was in the very first drawing of them, was all pink merge shapes. Just so that all these are on the same layer. Cool. I won't worry with speech bubbles during the streams or anything. Someone once said, excuse me, that it was kind of like a rose-colored glasses thing, where it's a very serious topic, but everything is very cute. And I was like, oh wow, that's exactly kind of what I was going for. I just didn't really have that name to it. So I like the idea that it's very cute, but it's a serious topic that they're kind of facing. And like the characters are very cute. Kawachan's very cute. Yuna's very cute. There's kind of this very goofy, idealized look to everything. I know we're getting into kind of some weird design theory stuff, but I liked the idea that it was very cutesy, and I thought pink was very fun for, like, nobody does that for that kind of story. So, it just kind of stayed pink, and also this, like, palette is a lot easier to work with because it's so simple. If I was drawing full-on colored, beautiful pages, it would take me so long to finish, and I know that I just don't have the time for that because I do work freelance, and I sometimes just, like, can't work on the project as much as possible. So if I can make it easier for myself, then even when I'm struggling to keep the pages coming, I can still produce them pretty quickly. And I mean, it's a style that I produced because I thought it looked nice. So, I don't know. That's that's why it's pink. It's just kind of a fun way to do a simple palette. It fits the theme of, I know we're drawing a lot. Also, everyone's like facing the opposite direction, and I'm gonna do like a close-up person. A shoulder or something. No, wait. I did that for a different one. Maybe I should move them over. That's what I should do. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer. Okay. So, I accidentally put these on the wrong layer, so I'm going to cut them out very carefully because I want the background layer to be a separate layer than the line art. The character line art is different. I don't know if you've noticed, but like yes, you have probably noticed, but again, back with the pink stuff, the characters are more of like a raspberry color. Like this exact color that I'm using is what they use. And the backgrounds are more of a hot pink so that they kind of look different. In that way, like they look, like you can see the darker pink on top of the hot pink better. Cut it out. Make a new layer. Background, tie down, and paste them back in. And move them over back to where they were. Cool. So now I just want to move these guys over. Because right now, like, they're hard to spot. They're in, like, a lot of different lines. This way I can kind of, I don't know, differentiate background to character art. I'm going to also move the background layer over. This gets a little more confusing when there's more backgrounds, but I'm kind of going pretty simple with this page because, as you can tell, this whole scene takes place in a crowd, so I'm trying to be a little easier on myself. So there's some like heads like this, but some people do have some detail, so I want to add a little bit of detail. It was a lot harder in Itsumi's shop because there were so many knickknacks and things, and it was fun because I could put like Easter eggs and things like that, but it was very hard. A lot of drawing, a lot of detail. Give her a long coat. This helps so I don't have to draw like a human form. I can just do this very quickly. I also kind of like give up on feet. I swear I know how to draw feet, but I do this like simple foot for most of the characters. Yuna has very simple shoes. And I'll make like a bald guy. And like maybe curly hair, someone or other. Yeah, it's just easier when they're all facing the opposite direction too. Then you don't have a bunch of faces. That's not the same as every single page. There's other pages where people are facing forward, but it's just a little bit easier. And I think there was like a tree in one of them. I'm going to draw the tree. But everything obviously behind this circle is not going to show up. So this is just kind of a placement. Okay, yeah. I think that's kind of it. And I'm going to turn this off. I think in one version of like the tie downs there were, let me turn that back on. There were some people in the background who were kind of side-eyeing the conversation. I don't think that's necessary, and also these kind of block out a lot of that, so we don't really need all of that to happen. I think the tie-downs are done for page 2. I think this is pretty good. I'm saving it because I don't think I saved. I'm going to switch over the chat, but yeah. I'm going back up, going back up, going back up. Where did I last leave off? Unlikely I'd help. Animation would be fun. I've always thought of maybe doing like a turnaround for Kawachan, because Kawachan's very round. It might not be too bad to work on, but to make an anime of this. I don't know if I can make an anime. I'm, you know, a white American. I think you have to be Japanese to make an anime, but yeah. I think it works best as a comic right now. I don't really think Japan makes anime out of work that's produced in other countries as much. It's usually like manga or nothing. Oh, so yeah, they do have like an age limit for Discord. See, I don't know. I again haven't been on it in a while. I didn't realize it was as big of a thing until like a couple months ago when people were just like, join my Discord, and it just seemed like everybody had a Discord. Um, yeah, I think I went back and reread some stuff, so sorry. Um, yeah, I don't do streams all the time. It's just hard to set these up. It'd be cool if I can do them more regularly, but you know, I try and at least keep them one, not one, but I do one page per book, and I usually do like 2 to 3 streams. Usually 2. The one couple times I did 3 streams was because the internet connection was bad, so we had to just do it the next day. Never mind, I forgot to do the at her to make sure she's okay. Yes, like pugs. Person who checked out was female. Yeah, the Itsumi thing was so weird. I kind of didn't realize people didn't know that Itsumi was a woman, and so people were very surprised. People were very nice about it, though. They were like, "Oh, I just didn't know." So it wasn't like a mean thing, like, "How did you not know?" But like, I guess I thought people would know because one, I wrote that she's a woman in the art of. I think I have some like pictures of her with longer hair, and I call her her. And Itsumi, I thought, is mostly a woman's name. I guess it can be both. So I didn't know. It was a surprise for a lot of people. I was not expecting that. But hey, that's all right. I have 2 monitors. Oh yeah, no, I've been here. Sorry, I'm rereading stuff. Paw Painter. A lot of people have been welcoming people to the chat. Yeah, no, Discord, I didn't realize Discord could be so big with 10,000 people. I believe it. I mean, it's like the new forums. Forums were really big. I used to be in a couple when I was younger. I was definitely like a kid in middle school in a Katara Aang shipping thing, which I wasn't even like super into as like that time, but I just loved Avatar, so I was very excited to talk to other people about Avatar, and it was just a Katang forum, other people who liked Avatar Last Airbender. That also tells me how old I am, because forums were a thing, and they're really not a thing anymore. That's the sound of the police. Oh yeah, I know exactly where that is. Intuos. Yeah, I have an Intuos Pro, I believe. Well, yeah, Intuos Pro. Wacom is the brand, but the model is Intuos. And I've been able to find this one at like Best Buy. So like you can find this model like in some stores like that, because I feel like these kind of tablets are hard to find in stores. Cintiqs you do not find in stores often unless it's a very special store, like electronic store. So Intuos is just easy. It's I don't know if it's like cheap, but there's probably cheap versions of it. It's a pro version, so it's probably a little more expensive. But it's a very simple one. Someday I'll get a Cintiq because I feel like that would really help out, especially with animation. It's so much easier if you can work on different monitors because you have so many windows open. Forgot about the fight. I don't know what fight. What's happening? I don't know what's happening either. Going back down. You guys are so welcoming and nice to everybody. Oh, wait, people are making cookies? There's cookies in my kitchen. I could go eat one. I didn't make them. My roommate made one. But yes. So I have that kind of tablet. Hello, everyone. So yeah, so I think for what I wanted to get done today, this is very good. The only thing I'm going to check is just to make sure that the woman looks consistent with the other pages that I've worked on. Because I feel like I had a really good stride, and if I switch, I mean, I played Pokemon for an hour and ate dinner, and I feel like you really lose your mojo when you've switched gears like that. But I like how these are. I might obviously fix her face a little bit. I don't know really what it is about it, but maybe most of the time, like, I think they look pretty good. And I like the kid at the bottom of this one. And Kawachan's pretty fun. So yeah. Oh, I'm getting on. Oh my god. That's all I know. So yours isn't loading. Oh, is it? Did it take a second? Yeah. Oop. It's also doing the wheel. Let's see. Is it still recording? Oh, please don't die. Okay, it stops. I think just I don't want to push my luck on this. I'm gonna just let it go for a second. But tomorrow night I'm gonna finish this up. I think. I hope. I'm gonna do the line art and shading. Yeah, pretty much that. I think that's all we need to do because the layout stuff is good. It's doing the circle thing again. Yeah. So far I've been having a really good night with the internet. I really hope tomorrow's is good. But yeah, this is my streamkin because it's nice if I can just kind of get these out of the way a little bit, and then I can just keep going on with the pages. Hopefully I'll have quite a few pages done this weekend, and I can work on them because I think the Q&A also took away some time from work. So I was trying to finish that. So I didn't really get too much done until this past week, or last couple days. And yeah, that's it. Worth the blob. I'm sorry if you're confused. I don't know what the battle is. I'm really confused about that. I don't know if you guys are fighting amongst yourselves in a nice way. It seems like it's a very, polite fight. I don't get it at all. I don't know how to handle, especially when I've been out of the chat for a while and I come back. I think the first stream that I did, people were just talking about potatoes, and I was like, oh, all right. I'm glad you guys are having fun. So tomorrow I will do another update on Webtoons, like I did, so you at least, or Webtoons and Tapas, so you get the notification. I'm gonna go delete the one that I did now, but then you'll know. It'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, same as here, and probably get everything done pretty quickly. I feel like it's not going to take super long. This was actually a very good time frame. We got all this done. So sometimes inking could be longer. I hope it's not that much longer. I think it's going to be fine because these tie downs are pretty clean, so it's not going to be too crazy. So thank you guys for coming tonight. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you again for reading. That's okay if you can't come over. It's fine. And also these save. I think the old streams are also on my YouTube, but these don't go away. You can access these. It takes a couple minutes, a half hour, and then the stream automatically goes on YouTube. So, I mean, you can access old streams. I don't really know if it's that exciting to watch an old stream, but you can definitely do it. It's on there. So, I'm going to do another one tomorrow night, and then hopefully get this page done. And then hopefully everything will come back up. I will have more pages and chapters and things pretty soon. I feel like I do tend to go pretty quickly, but again, I am working right now, so could be a little bit of a wait, but I don't think it's going to be too long. Thank you guys, again, for supporting this comic. It's really nice that you guys, read this. It's cool. This is obviously the first project I've ever had where people have, gotten into something that I've worked on, so it's very nice when people enjoy this sort of thing, I feel very happy that you guys are responding very well to it, so thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of book 4, and I will definitely talk to you guys tomorrow, so you can ask me more questions, and we can talk about Pokemon, and I'll probably play more Pokemon, so I'll tell you exactly what my Pikachu's been doing. You'll get the play-by-play of Pikachu, or I'll play Zelda some more. Yeah, I'm finally just buying some new games for my Switch. I only had Zelda for a while, so I'm very excited. Very excited to play more Pokemon. Yeah. Thank you guys. I'm gonna end the stream because I'll just keep rambling if I don't stop. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you're able to come. If you're not, don't worry. You're not obligated to do any of this. I'm just very thankful that you're enjoying it. And have a great night or morning or wherever you are, what time it is. All right. Bye.